Hi guys, happy Wednesday. Thank you so much for tuning in with me. If you hop on and you're listening live, just say hi or something like in the comments just so I know you're there, because it's kind of weird sometimes when I don't know if anyone's listening. So if you tune in, just say hi or comment, and don't be like shy. If you have any questions as I'm talking, please comment them as well, because at the end I'll try to just like catch up and see what I can chat with you about right now, and if we have to, we can chat later. So I'm gonna take a drink of water. All right, so I don't want to keep you guys on here all night, but I am really excited to share with you because a lot of things have changed just recently, even in my life, even in this business. So I'm excited to share with you and show you kind of like where I started and how I got to the point where I am. So I'm going to take you back about 2 years ago. I was really struggling with, I kind of call it like the yo-yo effect. I was really unhealthy coming out of college. I put on about 30 plus pounds and I was really miserable, partly because of the weight and partly because of how I felt, but a lot more because I just felt really disappointed in myself, and I felt really frustrated because I just felt like I couldn't find something that was going to work for me. And I always, I was such a rec goer. I would go to the rec and do workouts. I was such a believer in eating frozen diet meals. I was doing everything just kind of all wrong. I didn't really understand what, and I couldn't really grasp what healthy meant. And I just was so on and off all the time. And I really just got to a point where I just was I'm so over this. I don't even care anymore. And I really became the person that I really made fun of myself a lot and just kind of dove into this I don't care attitude. And that was kind of where I like to think that was my rock bottom, basically. I remember basically waking up, it was January 19th of 2015, and I was all right, that's it. Because I've been watching my friend, my coach, she just had been going on this incredible journey. She lost a ton of weight. She just looks so much happier and she looks so much brighter, and I'm what is she doing? Because we both had a lot of history with Beachbody. Actually, we'd done a lot of Beachbody programs before. She actually got me to do Insanity when it first came out, years before that, and we had no idea coaching was even a thing at that point. But it's funny because we were actually doing the program and telling people about it, and they were going and buying it. So that's literally how simple this is. But basically, I just saw what she was doing, and I was I need to just stop this. I need to stop this. I need to put an end to how incredibly miserable I feel. And it was scary because I was I've quit so many times. I've tried so many programs. I've tried the diet pills. I tried going to a gym, and I thought if I have a trainer, that'll help. I thought if my friends go, that'll help. I was spending bukus of money on that, spending tons of money all the time that I honestly, now knowing what I know, I never needed to spend. So long story short, because I could go into a really long story, but I will just say that I finally said okay, and I got into one of her challenge groups, and I got a workout program and Shakeology. And I was a total Shakeology hater, by the way. I had tried it before, and I was this stuff's disgusting. I used to make it and then leave it in my refrigerator, and my roommate would find it and yell at me, sorry Lash, because it was so gross. I was repulsed by it, and really I just wasn't making it right. I wasn't doing anything with it right. I was totally confused by it. I thought you had to stir it up. That's totally not what it's about. And to be completely honest, I wasn't really at a point yet where I understood the true foundation of changing your life or doing anything you really want to do and get better at is health. So, I was always I just need to lose 10 pounds. I just need to lose 5 pounds. And really, I just needed to understand that I need to start taking care of my body. So I gave it a shot in that group that I was in. I stuck with her every day, and I basically just said to myself, all right, you have these 21 days. Let's see what you can do, right? And I was just give yourself 21 days. Take it day by day. I showed up in her groups, and I watched her posting every day, and I was so inspired by her being there with us and being on the journey with us, and I was so just captivated by all of it. And I completed the 21 days, and for the first time in my life, I had an after picture to put with a before picture. So that was kind of the first time that I realized, like, wow, like I can do something when I set my mind to it. And that was just a really powerful feeling for me, because I felt like I'd lost that. Especially like in college, I kind of felt like I lost a lot of my passion for a lot of things, because, you know, I was just getting a degree in public relations. I didn't really have like a huge dream with that. I was just kind of there and going through the motions and getting it done, holding on to a scholarship, you know, working. And I didn't really feel like I was ever in class, like fighting for my own dreams. So when I really saw that, you know, through my fitness journey, I was able to set a goal and achieve it, I was like, wow, that feels really good. So I saw the results that I had, and I realized that it wasn't the end of the road for me like I felt like it was. I realized there are answers and there are ways to find, I don't want to say the word balance because I know that's so far-fetched, but to really just get healthy in the right way, something that's going to like be substantial, something that's going to last. It wasn't just a quick fix, and I could feel that. So there was, you know, hard work put in there, and there was grit put in there, and there was a true mental change, and that's what really stuck with me. So I was coming up on the end of school, and I was also a bartender all through college, and I basically just, you know, realized, wow, like I want to make an impact with this. I want to have a purpose behind this, because, you know, I feel like that was so long ago, because, well, it was 2 years ago, but I feel like that was so long ago just because of so much has changed, and I feel like I was totally a different person, even though I was feeling so good then too. But that's another part of this journey that I just absolutely love, is you literally can just transform if you want to. And I remember feeling like if I felt like there was nothing out there, and I felt like there was nothing else for me, and I was so miserable, you guys. I was crying like I couldn't go out and get dressed and put on an outfit without being upset, and there were a lot more really terrible habits going on as well. But basically, I just wanted to be a positive influence. I needed a positive community. I needed something behind me that, you know, was more than just college and a bar. And I wanted that home and that community and that tribe. And that's what it gave me. So I decided that I wanted to start coaching. And at the beginning, you know, it was like very, I had this huge vision and these huge dreams, and I saw what all these other coaches were able to do, and I was so inspired by that. And I just really wanted to like make a difference in someone else's life, because I just truly felt like my life was forever changed already, and I really wanted to do something to pay that forward and help other people who felt the same way that I felt. So I got my foot in the door, and I became a part of our team. And basically from day one, I was just so like on fire with the fact that I could like make a difference and have purpose and have passion, because like I said, like I felt like I'd really lost that. Like going through school, I was like, I have no idea what I'm here for. I was just sitting in class like blah. And coming up on graduation, I was like, I don't want to go get a job that I feel like that in. Like that just sounded horrible to me. And I actually had an internship. It was kind of more like an office job too throughout college. Not technically an internship, like a work study type thing, which I loved. And I had so many opportunities with, and I got to really experience a lot of things with. But I also really learned that I don't want to sit at a desk. I don't want to have a filing cabinet next to me. I don't want to not be outside when I want to be outside. I don't want to not like have freedom and flexibility with my schedule, and not be in control of like my work ethic and where I was going, and kind of be like capped. And so, you know, I was like, all right, I'm just going to stick with bartending while I'm kind of just dabbling with this coaching business. I want to see what this is about. So I want to say that I was all in from day one. But basically I was all in for growth and sharing and kind of just being on the journey, which I really was. And I learned a lot. And as soon as I came into this, you know, there were people there with me, helping me, showing me what to do, giving me the support. The number one thing I will say is, like, you are never alone in this. Like, if it's not something where you're just, like, thrown out to the wolves and, like, expected to know what you're doing, you know? Like, people go to college to get degrees to go get jobs that they get after college. This isn't technically like that. This is based on, you know, your work ethic, your skills, and just being resourceful, which is also really amazing, because there's no one saying like you can't grow past this point. It's totally up to you. It's totally up to your goals and your work ethic. So I kind of want to like fast forward you guys a little bit. like I said, I continued bartending, and for a while, this was an incredible opportunity to just create that extra income. Although I will tell you, from day one, I was like, I want this to be my full-time job. Like, I want this to be my full-time job. This would be so incredible. And I just saw this life of freedom for me. I just never wanted to feel like someone was telling me, like, you can't see your family at Christmas because you need to be here, and you can't do this because you have to do this. And I wanted to be in control of my future based off of my work ethic and my dreams and my goals. So I like to kind of think about it this way, because a lot of times, first of all, you think like, okay, so you invest in this business. I know I got stuck in something once where I invested, they sent me like a whole box of stuff and I had to like sell it. And I was like, this is weird. I don't know how to do that. This is not like that. We set expectations as a team to, really create change and step outside of our comfort zones every month and do what we can to reach the people like us that are struggling like we once were, or really need what we have that can help them. So there is like that expectation that we have as a team, that we want to get out there and do as much as we can and make as much of a difference as we can. But it's definitely not like you get a box of Shakeology or something and you have to go sell it like the rest of the month or something. That's totally not what this is like. But I kind of think about it this way, when you invest into a business or you invest into a company, you typically have to spend like $1 bajillion, and you have like so much up front, and you got to like buy a store and like a business front and a business model and like a logo and all this crazy stuff. And what's crazy about this is you're partnered with an incredible company already, and your investment is just in yourself. So that day that I, invested in a workout program and Shakeology and an eating plan, that was the only investment I ever made to become a coach. And that's the investment that I still make. It's just an investment in my health, an investment in what I love and what makes me happy and what makes me brighter. And so that's my first wow, is that's basically all that you invest to kind of create whatever you want to create out of this. And if you think about, like a 7-Eleven or a Taco Bell, they're only getting business when they're open, right? So our storefront as coaches is our social media. So that's like our way of saying, hey, I'm open. I'm here to help you. This is my story. This is what I have to offer. This is how, I can help you create change too. So that's kind of like the way that works with social media. I know a lot of times people wonder like, well, I don't know how to work social media. Like, I don't know if I would be good at it, whatever. And guys, honestly, it is not rocket science. It's totally just about being yourself and being able to express that and being proud of that and learning to be excited about that. Because I used to be so like living this double life kind of, where I really wanted to be inspiring and create change and change the world. And then this other side of me was totally terrified and scared of what other people thought. And like, could just never make a decision for herself because she was always afraid of what other people were going to think. And the moment that I posted on my social media and saying I was a coach, trust me, I was like, I have no idea what people are going to think, because the only photos I've ever posted on social media in the last like couple years is definitely either me partying, or I have a beer, or I'm not doing so hot. So I totally was afraid, trust me. But that's one of the greatest feelings that I could tell you I've gained from being a part of this, is that you really learn to not, I don't want to say not care, but you really learn to like do you without worrying about what other people are thinking. Because at the end of the day, this is your life. This is your canvas to paint whatever picture you want to paint. So as I was going through the business, I really started to realize the opportunity and what I wanted out of my life. And I'll be honest with you guys, it was not an easy road, just because I had a lot of personal growth to work on. And a lot of times people say like, well, how did you know you could quit your job? Like, how did you know you could go into this full time and do this full time? And really, that comes down to just your mindset. That comes down to you believing that you can do anything you set your mind to. On whatever stage, at whatever states that there are, like, you're going to make it happen because it means that much to you. So I'll take you guys to like 1.5 years into my biz, about 6 or 7 months ago. That's kind of like where I feel like everything changed, and I went from like, I'm showing up, I'm inspiring, and I went to like, okay, I'm gonna own this. I'm gonna take control of the opportunity that I have here, and I'm gonna go run and create the dream that I've been talking about for like my whole life, basically. Like, just go and just do this, right? So I was sitting on my living room floor, and it was Thanksgiving break, I guess, or the week of Thanksgiving, and I wasn't home with my family. I just moved to Jacksonville, Florida, and I had to go. I worked pretty much the whole week, and I just remember sitting here and feeling really alone. And I remember feeling like super disappointed. I was like so upset with myself because I felt like my circumstances could be so much different had I, been putting in the real work, and had I really started to believe that I could do this do so much more than I already had. And what I realized was it was just so much up to me. And I was always thinking like, this is keeping me from doing it. This is keeping me from doing it. I can't be successful because of this. I'm just not going to get to where that girl is because of this. And I had all these excuses. I had all these reasons why I wasn't home with my family, and I had to go to that bartending job that night, and I felt incredibly lonely. And it hit me that that's my lonely to own. That is my life to own. I need to take ownership of where I am and move forward. So at that moment, I didn't want to ever look back. I didn't ever want to think maybe I'll quit my job and have total freedom and be able to travel home to Thanksgivings and Christmases and trips, and maybe I'll not have to go to a job anymore that is literally sucking the life out of me, that I can't even feel happy about, at any moment anymore, that I'm just so tired of faking it. I'm so tired of just like waking up and being like, ugh, again. So it was a moment of ownership, and I really thrive. My mission, I would say, as a coach, is to help people find that ownership and that be your own motivation within themselves, because it's in there, and it's so much about like just silencing everything else around you and focusing on where you're going, because that's really important, and that's what matters. And never be ashamed of that. If you want more, that doesn't mean that you're not appreciative of what you have. It just means that you can make a bigger impact. You have more to do on this planet. And I thought about this the other day. I thought to myself, like, wow, work hard, go after it, because you're going to wish you had. You're just going to wish you had. Like, I was sitting there that day, and I wished I had worked harder up until that moment. I wished I had done more up until that moment and believed that I could do it more up until that moment. And I had moments like that, before I even started my health and wellness journey. Like, I was just sitting there miserable with myself, and I'm like, why haven't I done anything? Why haven't I started? And there was always excuse. And that moment of ownership changed everything for me. So moving forward, I basically just made it my just sole goal to help other people have those kind of moments and bring that ownership of their life out of them and help them see a long-term change and a long-term vision for their life and where they want to go. And I just can't imagine like living in a way that I don't have like that I don't have anything I'm working toward. I can't even imagine what my life would look like right now if I would have just ran out of college and went to get a job that I thought I was supposed to have because I just got a degree. I can't imagine what my life would look like right now if I was still bartending and would not have made that leap towards something that I am totally and completely passionate about. I'm starting to sweat. I cannot imagine what my life would look like had I not gone on the journey that I've gone on with this business and this community, and found within myself that I can do hard things, that I can do things when I set my mind to them. That's the greatest gift I'll ever have. That beats any income. That beats anything that could ever be stamped beside my name. That beats it all for me, because it really helped me see that I'm so much more than I thought I was. And I want that for everybody. I know that I can't, personally help every single person on the planet, unfortunately. But when we work together as a team, we can. And that's really what this company is about, because every single person within has a different story. Every single person can inspire someone in a different way. And I think a lot of times there's this misconception that, there's too many Beachbody coaches out there already, or you like I said, you don't know how to work social media, or you're not, maybe you don't have like a huge weight loss transformation. All of that doesn't matter. What I always say, like to my coaches especially, is your story is important because you're telling it, because you're sharing with people who you are, and you're not being fearless in that. And there's a lot to say for that, because I think by just doing that, you're showing other people that everything that they are is okay, and everything that they are is awesome too, and everything that they are matters too, because you're taking that kind of love for yourself, and you're taking that kind of appreciation for who you are, and it's going to teach people and show people to take that kind of appreciation and love for themselves. So that's what's possible as a team. We work together as a team to create more change, to create more transformation in other people's lives, because I can't touch the lives that, my coaches can touch. I can't touch the lives that my coach can touch, because we're all so different. We've all had so many different struggles and so many different things that have made us into who we are. So that's personally like one of my favorite parts, is that like we literally are all working toward that common mission to, really help people drop their BS and help them go for whatever life they want. But we're reaching totally different people in the process, because we're all really totally different people, but also very much so the same, because we have the same goal in our hearts. I want to share with you guys a little bit kind of like how you will get started and what that looks like. So basically, like I said, the investment is just in yourself. You're just going to get yourself some workouts, get yourself some Shakeology. You're going to take some pride in your health, and you're going to really grow there. And by doing that, you're just sharing that. You don't have to be where, I guess your goal weight or your goal size or whatever. You don't have to be like where you think you need to be. I began coaching like way long ago, way before I was even who I am today. And honestly, the journey is about growing through every single struggle you have. I'm not going to really relate to someone who is just like flying by the seat of their pants, like no big deal, no problems here, bro. I am just killing everything. Like that to me is just not inspiring anyway. Like I don't even know how to relate to that, because even for me, like I struggle every single day still. I still struggle, and I still, got to keep it real. So it's totally not about having everything together. It's about making that mess your message and really finding pride in that and growing through that. So don't feel like you have to be a certain size, or you have to be a certain, like age or whatever to become a coach. You just have to be open to growing yourself into the person that you really truly want to be, and helping other people do that too. So within that, you'll get set up, and I will obviously be chatting with you and talking with you and walking you through this, but we also host monthly mentorships as a team. So each day we go over a topic with you and teach you more about the business, and teach you just kind of the basics to kind of get your feet on the ground and get you going. There is tons of support in our team page, resources. There's so much, guys. But really, I always think back to like when I trained for the bartending job that I got when I moved to Jacksonville. And I went through pretty extensive training. And I remember like on my first day, I still really didn't feel like I knew every single thing. But I had to go. I had a boss waiting on me, and I had managers watching me, and I had to show up. So the only thing is, in this business, there's no boss telling you to get your work done. There's no manager around you, making sure that you do what you have to do. It really is solely based on your work ethic and what you want out of it. But if you think about it, that's kind of a really beautiful thing, because no one's holding you back. No one's keeping you from doing whatever you want to do with this. No one's telling you how to do it and making sure you dot your I's behind you. This is yours, and it's something that you can create into whatever you want it to be. It's something that, you can change the course of your family's life with. I will tell you, in the last 4 months, my life has just changed immensely, mainly because I've really grown so much more as a leader, and I really pride myself on that. I'm still growing so much as a leader, and it's something that I really love and something I really enjoy, because helping someone else create what I've been able to create, this, helping them even just scratch the surface is incredible, because I really feel like our team has just scratched the surface. There's so much that we're able to do and that we're going to do and that we're going for, that it's just incredible to me, because 2 years in a business might seem like, whoa, 2 years. But I can tell you now that where I'll be in a year is up to me. It's up to my work ethic. It's up to what I'm doing every single day. And it's going to be a hell of a lot farther than it would have been if I was sitting at a desk listening to what somebody else was telling me to do and what they thought I needed to do to build their dreams. So, I'm sweating again. So that's what's possible. What you put in is what you get out. And there's no one telling you to do it. There's no one telling you to show up. But I will tell you that if you have a strong enough reason why you want to show up, and you have a strong enough purpose behind why you want to show up and why you want to do this and why you want to help other people show up for themselves too and change their lives too, then you're going to do the work. And the work will take you to where you want to go. So that's really all I have, guys. I don't know if you have any questions for me, anyone that's been listening, but I want to give it like a minute to see if you guys want to throw any questions in the comments real quick. If not, I will talk to you guys later. And whoever, pointed you toward me tonight or pointed you toward this call, I know some of my team let a couple gals know. So please go talk to your coach. Come talk to me if you have any questions. I am an open book and I'm a chatty Cathy. So I would be happy to discuss anything with you. So thank you so much for listening, guys. And I will talk to you later. Bye.